Welcome to the Secret History Channel. Be sure to subscribe and like so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. A large statue of Joseph Stalin is shown toppled in Budapest, Hungary in 1956. The monument had been erected in honor of the Soviet leader, but was removed during popular protests. This photograph was recorded on December 25, 1942, in the Papua New Guinea region. It shows a local resident, known as the Fuzzy Wuzzy Angel, assisting an injured Australian soldier during a crossing. This photograph was taken in 1945 in a city in Germany. It shows a man walking down a carefully swept street amid damaged buildings and surrounding rubble. This photograph was taken in 1941 in Italy. It shows Benito Mussolini visiting an injured soldier at a care unit. This photograph was taken during the 1970s in the United States. It shows singer Debbie Harry, lead vocalist of the band Blondie, in a moment typical of the music scene of that era. This photograph was taken in 1945 in Berlin, Germany. It shows citizens caring for zoo animals as Soviet troops approach the capital in the final moments of a long conflict. A penguin appears in front of a microphone while being interviewed by a journalist in Moscow, Soviet Union, in 1966. The scene was recorded during a visit by a group of animals to the city zoo as part of an exchange between scientific institutions. German soldiers appear inside flooded trenches in 1943 during a period of extreme conditions in the field. These structures were dug into the ground to provide protection and served as temporary bases for troop movements and surveillance. This photograph was taken in January 1917 in Imperial Russia. It shows the 5 children of the Romanov family with shaved heads after suffering from a measles outbreak. This photograph was taken in 1908 and shows the French painter Claude Monet next to his wife Alice Hochedé. The couple stands in a square surrounded by dozens of pigeons in a calm and relaxed scene. This photograph was taken in 1927 in Germany. It shows actress Brigitte Helm resting and refreshing herself during a break in filming the feature film Metropolis, directed by Fritz Lang. This photograph was taken in 1923 in Germany. It shows children playing with a kite made of devalued banknotes during a period of severe economic instability. This photograph is related to a landmark moment in 1959 in Canada. It shows goaltender Jacques Plante, who was hit in the face by a puck during an ice hockey game. This photograph was taken in 1937 in Havana, Cuba. It shows a group of uniformed students posing together in front of a school building. Members of the Commonwealth Trans-Antarctic Expedition faced difficulties amid the ice in Antarctica in 1957. The mission aimed to cross the Antarctic continent overland from the Weddell Sea to the Ross Sea. A couple lies in an improvised shelter inside a residence during World War II. The structure was designed to offer protection in case of air raids, functioning as a kind of home shelter. Actress Brigitte Bardot poses on the beach during the 6th Cannes Film Festival held in April 1953 in France. At just 18 years old at the time, Bardot was beginning to gain prominence in the European film scene. This photograph was taken in 1944 aboard the USS Monterey of the United States. It shows Navy pilots playing basketball on the ship's forward elevator area in a leisure moment between onboard activities. Workers appeared during the construction of Mount Rushmore in the United States in 1939. The sculptures were carved into solid granite in the Black Hills of South Dakota. Doris Eaton Travis was one of the performers in the famous Ziegfeld Follies show in the United States during the 1920s. She began performing at a young age and became known for her dance routines and acting on Broadway stages. A family with 13 children poses together in Boston, Massachusetts in 1925. At that time, it was common for families to have many children, especially in growing urban areas. This photograph was taken in 1956 in the Pyrenees region of France. It shows a vehicle trying to cross a mountain pass covered in heavy snow amid challenging weather conditions. This photograph was taken in 1943 in Seattle, United States. It shows workers removing streetcar tracks from 3rd Avenue during a process of modernizing urban transportation. This photograph was taken in the late 1920s in the United States. It shows Vivian Bales, an adventurer from Albany, Georgia, next to her 1929 Harley-Davidson Model D motorcycle. This photograph was taken in 1974 in Amsterdam, Netherlands. It shows businessman Harlan Sanders, founder of the Kentucky Fried Chicken restaurant chain, next to musician Alice Cooper. This photograph was taken in 1939 in a rural region of the United States. It shows a merchant grinding coffee in his store, which offered a wide variety of products from batteries to bananas. This photograph was taken around 1980, possibly during a backstage event or rehearsal. It shows singer Freddie Mercury, lead of the band Queen, in a relaxed moment being carried on the shoulders of someone dressed as a science fiction character. This photograph was taken in 1980 in London, England. It shows actress Carrie Fisher next to people dressed as galactic soldiers during the promotional event for the film The Empire Strikes Back. This image was created in 1989 as a satirical poster related to a celebration of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO. A worker is repairing telephone and power cables at an intersection in Pratt, Kansas, United States in 1911. At that time, communication and electricity networks were rapidly expanding across many regions of the country. Workers installed telephone lines in Cortland, Kansas, United States in 1903. The expansion of communication networks marked a technological advance in small inland towns. This photograph was taken in 1939 in the United States. It shows professionals involved in the inspection process of personal use products in a factory using manual methods to verify the quality and durability of items. This photograph was taken in the 1940s in Santa Monica, California, United States. It shows a relaxed couple enjoying the day at the original Muscle Beach, a famous seaside spot known for outdoor physical activities. Judy Garland appears in a camera test for the film The Wizard of Oz, conducted in 1939. The production was made at the Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer Studios in Hollywood, United States. This photograph was taken in 1962 on the coast of Newport, Rhode Island, United States. It shows President John F. Kennedy and his wife Jacqueline Kennedy watching a stage of the America's Cup sailing competition. This photograph was recorded on August 8, 1936, in New York City, United States. It shows the German airship Hindenburg passing beside the Empire State Building, flying over the Manhattan area. This photograph was recorded in 1949 in the Brooklyn neighborhood of New York City, United States. It shows an ice cream truck parked on a residential street with children gathering around to place their orders. People are shown shopping at a Kmart store in the United States during the 1970s. Kmart stores were known for offering a variety of products at affordable prices in large self-service spaces. This photograph was taken in 1930 in Los Angeles, United States. It shows a traffic department officer of the local police next to his motorcycle wearing the full uniform of the era. View of the Garrick Theater in Chicago, United States in 1891. The theater was designed by architect Louis Sullivan in partnership with Frank Lloyd Wright. It was known for its detailed facade and decorative elements in a modern style for the era. This photograph was taken in 1880 in Paris, France. It shows the Palais Garnier, also known as the Paris Opera, shortly after its official opening. This photograph was taken in 1960 in the United States. It shows John F. Kennedy reviewing his speech during that year's presidential campaign. This photograph was taken in 1955 in Rome, Italy. It shows several Vespa scooters moving through the city streets amid the typical urban scenery of the time. This photograph was taken in 1977 in the United States. It shows part of the cast of the film Star Wars gathered in a bar during a break in filming or a moment of fellowship. This photograph was taken in 1971 in the United States. It shows actor Robert Duvall holding a script for Marlon Brando during the filming of The Godfather. This photograph was recorded in 1944 in the United States. It shows performers Judy Garland and Frank Sinatra together during an event or public performance. This photograph was taken in 1973 during the Academy Awards ceremony in Los Angeles, United States. It shows singer and actress Cher arriving at the event with a striking look that captured media and public attention. Harrison Ford appears in a kitchen during the 1970s in a relaxed moment outside of film studios. Before achieving international fame, he worked as a carpenter and made small appearances in films and television series. Nicolas Cage appears next to his father, August Coppola, in a photograph taken in 1988 in the United States. August was a literature professor and advocate for the arts, belonging to a family with strong ties to cinema. This photograph was taken in the 1950s in the United States. It shows a family gathered in the living room watching a children's program on television, a habit that was becoming increasingly common at the time. This photograph was taken in the 1890s in the city of Christiania, now Oslo, Norway. It was recorded by a 19-year-old student discreetly using a portable camera to capture everyday urban life. This photograph was taken on August 9, 1971, in Roelevarensveen, Netherlands. It shows a participant balancing on top of a pole during the World Pole Sitting Championship. This photograph was taken in 1957 in the United States. It shows a toy horse-shaped X-ray machine used to help children remain still during chest examinations. This photograph was taken in 1967 in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. It shows Habitat 67, a modular housing complex unveiled during that year's World's Fair. This photograph was taken in 1976 in the United States. It shows artists Cher and Greg Allman together in a relaxed moment during the time they were in a relationship. This photograph was taken in the 1940s in the United States. It shows samples of child car seats used in automobiles at that time, with simple structures and few safety features. A teacher appears in a classroom with a student leaning over the desk in Menominee, Wisconsin, in 1905. The image shows teaching methods and discipline common in schools of that time. Aerial view of New York City in 1933, with St. Patrick's Cathedral visible in the lower left corner of the image. Located on Fifth Avenue, the cathedral is one of the city's most important religious and architectural landmarks. Nancy Pelosi, aged 20, appears next to John F. Kennedy, then aged 43, in an image recorded in the United States in 1960. At that time, Kennedy was a senator and presidential candidate, a position he would officially assume the following year. This photograph was taken in 1948 in Northampton, Massachusetts, United States. It shows students of Smith College, a higher education institution dedicated exclusively to women. This photograph was taken in 1955 in the United Kingdom. It shows British actress Diana Dors next to her Delahaye Roadster convertible, a luxury model known for its elegant design. This photograph was taken in 1931 in New York City, United States. It shows a construction worker extending his hand as if touching the tip of the Chrysler Building seen in the background. Employees organize a huge pile of year-end packages at the Mount Pleasant Post Office in London, United Kingdom, in 1952. During the holiday season, the volume of mail and parcels increased considerably across the country. This photograph was taken in 1985 in the United Kingdom. It shows Princess Diana next to her Ford Escort RS Turbo, a sports model custom-built especially for her. This photograph was taken in May 1942 in the United States. It shows the range of winter clothing and equipment available for American personnel who would be sent to cold climate regions. This photograph was taken in the late 1970s in the United Kingdom. It shows actors Stephen Fry and Rowan Atkinson sharing a simple moment while eating hard-boiled eggs. This photograph was taken in 1944 in Los Angeles, United States. It shows actress Ava Gardner next to actor Alex Darcy at the Trocadero, a famous nightclub located on the Sunset Strip. This photograph was taken in 1964 in Hollywood, California, United States. It shows singer and actor Frank Sinatra stepping off a helicopter holding a drink in his hand in a relaxed and elegant moment. This photograph was taken in the 1920s aboard the Hindenburg airship. It shows the dining room, an elegant space with arranged tables and large windows offering a view of the sky. An Italian family appears together on a Lambretta scooter in the streets of Sicily in 1963. The scene shows parents and children sharing the small vehicle, which was common in many Italian towns at that time. This photograph was taken in 1958 at Disneyland in California, United States. It shows visitors exploring the House of the Future, a structure made primarily of plastic and innovative materials for the era. This photograph was taken in 1902 in New York City, United States. It shows the Flatiron Building still under construction, with scaffolding and structures visible around it. This photograph was taken in 1963 in the United States. It shows creator Jim Henson next to Rolf, one of the first puppets he developed for television. This photograph was taken in 1969 in Berkeley, California, United States. It shows Tom Dunphy dressed as the satirical character General Wastmoreland during a public demonstration. This photograph was taken in 1976, possibly in Sweden or during an international tour. It shows Agnetha Fältskog, one of the vocalists of the Swedish group ABBA, in a moment characteristic of the band's peak success. This photograph was taken during the 1980s in the United States. It shows a McDonald's employee at work wearing the characteristic uniform of the time. This photograph was taken on April 13, 1961, in the Soviet Union. It shows Yuri Gagarin reading a newspaper that carries news about his own historic space mission. This photograph was taken in 1928 in Italy. It shows two Italian boys proudly displaying strands of pasta left out to dry in the open air. This photograph was taken in 1965 in Bridgeport, Connecticut, United States. It shows the first unit of the Subway restaurant chain, specializing in made-to-order sandwiches. This photograph was taken in April 1962 in New York City, United States. It shows chess player Bobby Fischer inside a subway car focusing on a chess problem on a portable board. This photograph was taken in 1890 in New York City, United States. It shows a penny farthing bicycle race known for its very large front wheels and small rear wheels. This photograph was taken in 1961 in Jamaica. It shows actor Sean Connery autographing a coconut for a young fan during the filming of the film Dr. No. This photograph was taken on November 10, 1989, in Berlin, Germany. It shows citizens of West Germany offering food and drink to East German guards shortly after the border opening. This photograph was taken in the 1910s in the United States. It shows a Coca-Cola delivery truck loaded with crates of the beverage parked on a street of the period. This photograph was taken in 1965 during an international sporting event. It shows Brazilian player Pelé next to goalkeeper Lev Yashin of the then Soviet Union in a moment of mutual respect between two great football legends. If you enjoyed this video and want to support the channel, please use the Super Thanks tool below. Your contribution helps us keep bringing you amazing historical content. Thank you so much for your support, and see you in the next video.